Khloe Kardashian is no stranger to the emotional highs and lows that come with living life in the public eye. However, nothing could have prepared her for the devastating moment when her brother, Rob Kardashian, took the witness stand against her in a courtroom. The atmosphere was thick with tension, and the emotional intensity was almost unbearable. Fans and followers, who had always seen the Kardashian siblings as an inseparable unit, were left stunned. The idea that a bond as strong as that between siblings could fracture so publicly and deeply was difficult for many to accept. The courtroom was packed with family, friends, and a sea of reporters, all eager to get a sense of the intricate family dynamics at play. As Rob began his testimony, the air was electric, filled with both anticipation and unease. Khloe, seated silently, could feel her heart pounding in her chest. Known for her fierce loyalty to her family, she had always stood by Rob, supporting him through thick and thin, including his personal and mental health struggles. To now see him speaking out against her in such a public forum felt like an incomprehensible betrayal. Rob's testimony wasn't just a recitation of events, it was an emotional unraveling of years of complicated sibling dynamics. As he recounted the issues that had led them to this painful moment, Khloe was confronted with a torrent of memories. Over the years, the relationship between the two had been anything but simple. Though there had been moments of closeness and joy, their bond had also been marked by periods of tension and conflict, largely stemming from personal struggles that each of them had faced in the glare of the public eye. For Khloe, hearing Rob voice his grievances in such a formal, public setting was like reliving those difficulties all over again. The weight of their shared past pressed heavily on her, and with every word Rob spoke, she felt herself being pulled deeper into the emotional storm. Struggling to maintain her composure, Khloe fought back tears, her usual resilience faltering under the intensity of the moment. Her pain was visible, and the atmosphere in the courtroom shifted as those present, whether friends, family, or reporters, realized they were witnessing a moment of raw vulnerability from someone typically seen as a pillar of strength. Khloe, known for her unwavering fortitude, was visibly shaken. The contrast between her public image as a strong, composed figure and the emotional turmoil she was now enduring was stark. In that moment, it became painfully clear that even the most glamorous lives are not immune to the profound vulnerabilities of family conflict. Fame may bring wealth and attention, but it also magnifies personal challenges, making moments like these all the more heart-wrenching. As Rob's testimony reached a particularly poignant point, Khloe could no longer keep her emotions in check. She broke down, tears streaming down her face as the weight of her brother's words hit her hard. Friends who had accompanied her to the court rushed to her side, offering solace in the face of such an emotionally charged situation. The image of Khloe, usually the rock for her family, crumbling under the emotional strain, evoked a wave of empathy from the public. Social media quickly lit up with messages of support, with fans expressing their heartbreak for her and rallying behind her during this difficult time. The reasons for Rob's testimony were complex, rooted in years of personal struggles. Rob had been battling mental health challenges and facing difficulties in his personal relationships, with Khloe often stepping in to help him, sometimes at the expense of her own needs. She had always been his advocate, but the complexities of their sibling relationship had clearly reached a breaking point. As Rob spoke, it became evident that there were deep-seated issues between the two that had never fully been addressed, and now, they were coming to a head in the most public way possible. The courtroom wasn't just a place for legal proceedings that day, it became a battleground where long-hidden family dynamics were exposed for all to see. As Khloe listened, her mind raced through their shared history, the highs and lows they had faced together. The memories of laughter, fights, and moments of deep connection flooded back. For someone who had always believed that family was the most important thing in life, hearing her brother speak against her was a challenge to everything she held dear. Khloe's emotional breakdown wasn't merely a response to Rob's words in that moment, it was the culmination of years of unresolved conflict, love, and pain. When the court adjourned for the day, Khloe emerged into a world of flashing cameras and shouting reporters, all eager to capture the aftermath of the day's dramatic testimony. Though she tried to maintain her composure, the reality of the situation weighed heavily on her. Not only was she dealing with the emotional fallout of her brother's words, but she also had to face the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. In the days following the testimony, Khloe took to social media to express her thoughts. With a heavy heart, she opened up to her followers, thanking them for their overwhelming support while also sharing her pain. The betrayal she felt was deep, and her vulnerability resonated with many. Fans reached out, sharing their own experiences with family conflict and offering words of encouragement. Khloe's openness reminded everyone that, behind the glitz and glamour of celebrity life, real struggles exist, and even the strongest people sometimes break. Rob's testimony had far-reaching consequences, sparking discussions about the complexities of sibling relationships, especially when personal issues are played out in the public eye. It prompted many people to reflect on their own family dynamics, with some even reaching out to siblings they had fallen out with, inspired by Khloe's story. She became a symbol of resilience, her journey encouraging others to confront their own familial issues with honesty and courage. As the trial progressed, the tension between Khloe and Rob remained, the spotlight on their fractured relationship growing more intense with each passing day. The family dynamics that had long been hidden from the public were now being laid bare for all to see. Each new day in court presented fresh challenges, and Khloe found herself grappling with the reality of whether her relationship with Rob could ever be repaired. Was this the beginning of a permanent rift, or was there still hope for reconciliation? The uncertainty weighed heavily on her. In the weeks following the trial, Khloe took steps to prioritize her mental health. She sought therapy, leaned on her loved ones for support, and began to reflect deeply on the lessons she had learned from this difficult experience. Khloe, a longtime advocate for mental health awareness, now found herself living through a personal struggle that mirrored the very issues she had long championed. She used her platform to encourage others to seek help, reminding her fans that it's okay to not be okay. The impact of Rob's testimony extended far beyond the courtroom. It ignited a larger conversation about the challenges of navigating family relationships, especially under the harsh spotlight of fame. Fans and followers, inspired by Khloe's courage, shared their own stories of sibling rivalry, betrayal, and the difficult path to reconciliation. Khloe's emotional journey became a source of inspiration. For many, a reminder that even in the face of deep pain, there is the potential for healing and growth. As the court case drew to a close, Khloe and Rob were left to confront the reality of their relationship. The road ahead was uncertain, and both siblings knew that rebuilding their bond would take time. Slowly, they began to communicate more openly, working through their emotions and striving to understand one another's perspectives. The process was far from easy, but step by step, they made progress toward healing their fractured relationship. In the end, Khloe's emotional breakdown in the courtroom became a turning point, not just for her, but for her entire family. It was a powerful reminder that, despite adversity, love and understanding can pave the way for healing. The experience taught them valuable lessons about communication, vulnerability, and the importance of family. Emerging from this difficult chapter, Khloe found a renewed sense of purpose, more committed than ever to advocating for mental health and helping others navigate the complexities of family life. Her journey served as a beacon of hope for many, showing that even in moments of profound pain, there is always room for growth, understanding, and the possibility of reconciliation.